Uh-oh. There we go.
Wow.
We're live. The song ended. We had to go live. It was on repeat.
There we go. Oh, okay.
Except I can now hear myself in somebody else's mic.
I muted mine to make sure it's not.
Yeah, I think it was yours. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can say hello. Hello, people. You see us in the stream. Do this. Hello, Kim. Hello, Punisher. Hello, Phoenix.
There's Geo hosting. Thank you, Geo. Everybody, we're gonna play the game of how bad is James's mic tonight. You all be the judge.
Yeah, if it's really bad, press 1. If it's not quite so bad as you thought, press 2. If it's really super awesome, press 3. For anything else, press 0.
You're doing it wrong, Will. If it's really bad, it's 1 bit. If it's better than that, it's 10 bits. We're in a 1 to 10 bit system.
I see you've been learning from Geo on this one.
Yeah, I know. I've been learning from a lot of people.
It's actually I just turned it on. It does sound clear. It's just on Discord, so it must be a Discord.
Okay, so don't worry. My fellow hosts are gonna have to deal with the horribleness of my voice. You all get to hear its wonderful peaks and valleys.
If you see us spontaneously, nauseatingly just vomit right here on stream with no warning, it's because we're just fed up with hearing it.
That's why I keep the puke bucket by the left side of my thing. Don't you guys do that too? You have the nausea bucket?
I have a door.
You have a door.
I actually have a door.
You actually have a door. That's right. You have and hanging keyboards.
And hanging keyboards.
And I think I'm going to do...
It's not hanging keyboards, it's art. Alright, it's art.
Yeah, no, it's modern art.
Modernist art. By the way, I made one last level adjustment to see if it would sound a little bit better.
Yeah, that does. Yep.
You've heard of Banksy, yeah?
Banksy?
Banksy.
I'm the MOBA version of him, Ganksy.
Well, we have another version of him called Wanksy, where basically you've got potholes and he draws cock and balls around it, so the council have to come and sort it.
I wish that worked in Connecticut and Massachusetts. Wouldn't they just leave it? Or they'd take black spray paint and spray paint over it.
Would they spray paint bigger?
Probably. Bigger, blacker dicks.
Yeah, or they get the vein work going on it, you know.
For really fine detail. It's like very, very anatomically correct. It's a little concerning.
Stuff like the balls. Which is a way to start the show. We go, welcome everyone to episode 48 of the Game On Player Self podcast. I am Lard Teammaker, aka Will McKellar. Joining me, as always, up here in this corner.
Yep.
It's James Atkinson.
Hi everyone. We had minimal technical difficulties this time, which I'm very surprised with.
I know, it's great, isn't it? It's like our Christmas is just around the corner.
Bit rate's good, no dropped frames. I mean, I'm just waiting for Papa Twitch just to kidney shot me with the anything.
Yeah, it's like...
When Daddy Twitch says no, the little ones will obey.
So, oh no, the Twitchy.
This is exactly why we can't have nice things. This is exactly why we can't have nice things.
And speaking of nice things and different things, above me, it is the new version 2.5 of Hagelman.
Welcome to Flavortown, everybody. Very Guy Fieri.
I'm surprised you didn't Frosted Tips the goatee too.
You know how much that's gonna cost?
Yes, I do. It's called the bottle of bleach, and now I pass out to the smell and ammonia, but I look fantastic.
Well, that's the problem. I just fall into it, and then I end up drinking it, and I don't want to have to drink it and spill it in my beard. So.
You don't want to have to spill it in your beard or drink it?
Spill it in my beard.
Okay. The drinking is not the problem. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that.
You remember the night where we showed off all of our beverages?
Yes. I remember.
There's something for you what we were talking about before the show. So yeah,
Oh no, Kim, you hate it. You hate it. I look like Guy Fieri, and now you have problems with it. It's okay. It's not complete either. It was a little bit lighter last week, and it's going to be even lighter next week. It's going to a silver.
yeah, he's actually going to get tartan for his beard. It would look
Going
great.
with
Trust us.
Damascus steel for my mustache, for my coloring. So I have handlebars.
See, I'm naturally going great. Geo. Thank you for those ground. I know you were grinding the bits, man. Dude, you're constantly grinding and hustling those bits.
Fun fact: I still cannot get any. I'm still locked out of bits. I'm not allowed bits.
That's
Just
true.
remember watching short ads. Watch
Leave it
ad.
alone.
Try again later. Have been for the past month.
It's not fair.
That's why you have multiple Twitch accounts. Like, I have 2. And when one's locked out, I just rotate to the other one.
I haven't gotten bits since last month.
You may need to email Twitch technical support. Hang on.
That's what I thought.
Twitch technical support. We're here.
You know you're listening.
Where are you?
You know you're omnipresent.
Oh, hello. Where are you, Twitch technical
Big
support?
Papa Twitch.
Because tonight it's going to be a fairly light show. I mean, we've got maybe a couple of bits of news, and we're just going to talk a little bit about E3 coming up for this weekend onwards. About a couple of things what we want to talk about on there. But seeing as we're already talking about Twitch, I'm waiting for their customer support to come along and help our government out with this so we can get more bits. The affiliate program has changed.
For the better.
Exactly. The next bit of rollout that they were on about has hit this week, and it was Wednesday that it was brought to my attention by Geo, because he went, "Did you have an email?" I'm like, "Email, right? I'm intrigued." Basically, now, if you're streaming a game on here that's part of the list of games that Twitch sells, we as affiliates will start making the percentage off of it. It's 5%, which is that's good. That's good enough. But for people buying stuff, they get the crates, and for the short period, you get 2 crates rather than just 1 for things like emotes.
So we're slowly moving to the Overwatch model. or sorry,
Proven to work.
we're gonna go to the Heroes of the Storm Overwatch Twitch model. This is eventually just gonna become a MOBA. It it's just so meta where you're live streaming a MOBA while in a MOBA.
Yes, well, it's like a stream. The stream won't Twitch itself, or the other way around. Either way. Have you noticed as well? They have brought in the vodcasts setting, because I tried that last week.
Yes.
Which seemed to work quite well.
I believe if I was thinking about you usually stream on Saturdays, am I correct, Will?
Not often.
Not Saturday mornings?
Yeah.
I do.
You do Saturday mornings.
Every Saturday night.
Every Saturday night, but not morning. What is a time, and I guess this is more geared to our English audience, which there are none of right now. It is a completely American chat, so yeah.
Good.
What's up?
Spider.
Always here. Always glad to see you, man. What would be a good time on Saturday to have a vodcast of the podcast?
I would say around about 1, maybe 2 in the afternoon.
1, 2 in the afternoon. We're talking GMT or EST?
BST, British Summer Time. So it would be 5 hours ahead of you guys.
Okay, so 5 hours ahead. Okay, perfect. So I will then put this show to vodcast at
8
that
in the
time.
morning EST.
8 in the morning EST. Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
I was not about to look that up. I was just gonna kind of fake it till I made it, which is pretty much my entire role on this show. Fake it till I make it.
Pretty much, yeah. Wait, does anyone not?
Actually, isn't that streaming? Just fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
See, Geo's having problems with his Twitch at the moment. He's having authentication issues, so he has to keep logging out and logging back in to get his exports going and highlighting his videos, which seems to be a problem only he's having, because mine seem to be going through okay.
Yes,
I'm a
do.
lazy shit, so I don't.
I don't have to deal with your videos though. I have like a lot of other videos of people who work really hard at doing a lot of streams, and then I look at them, and then I look at the YouTube watch thing, and I just kind of stare sadly at it.
As the list grows, more videos are slowly.
There's a great backlog. I can tell you, there's some wonderful games waiting to come out for you guys. I just need to do something with it. Punisher, good to see you, my man.
There's a question for Punisher then. See whether he agrees with it, 1 or 2.
That's fine. Dude, Punisher, would you like watching a repeat of the show at 1 or 2 o'clock?
In the afternoon.
Your time. We'll wait. It's fine. We've got time.
Yeah.
I got nothing but time. I'm
Yeah,
off this weekend.
I can sit here doing holding music while we wait for your answers.
I have holding music I can play. I
don't have time. Hurry the fuck up.
You're the ultimate multitaskers on the show. Yep, that'd be good. Okay, done. 1 o'clock tomorrow. Done.
All right,
Nailed
cool,
it.
sounds good.
Awesome. Nailed it. Fantastic.
Going to do that going forward. Punisher, you just made a major contribution to this show. Because of your yes, the show will now podcast mostly at 1 o'clock when I can be bothered to schedule it.
I mean, unless of course there's a tease here coming up, tease of a special,
Yes.
maybe
Yes.
in a couple of weeks, which I think we should actually say rather than just tease.
That's the Dark Breath after show that shows up on Pornhub stream.
Dark Room.
Dark Room.
Dark Dungeons. But yeah,
Actually, I hopped into one of my buddies' Twitch chats today, and me and his main mod were pretty much making jokes about me and him being a BDSM couple.
I love it because it throws people off when you do that. It's like, what? It's like, oh yeah, it's fine. We've got whips and everything. Don't worry about it.
I keep saying sticks and stones may break your bones, but Stockholm syndrome will make you love me.
More bits are flying in.
I know, Phoenix. Thank you. We're happy for everybody who likes doing the grind. I do try to jump in everybody else's streams as much as I can too. My goal is to be the top cheerer in every Tigwhippies related person.
Gio's been giving you a run for your money on my channel.
I know, but I think I'm still number 1 right now.
I think so.
Not on Will's because is it Mr. Smith?
Mr. Smith, yep.
Dude,
1,000 bits.
Mr. Smith, man.
And then Wace is going to try and do something about that soon. It's like, oh, okay, I won't stop you.
No, I'm here to create bidding wars.
But yeah, in 2 weeks, time, we will be celebrating our 1 year of this thing of the game won't play itself. And
This weird experiment.
so we've decided we're going to try and do a live show for the year anniversary on a Saturday, and hopefully have some guests with us.
Yes, any of you that have been involved in the show within the last year, join us. It will also be an exact year for me. I do not request that we sing Happy Birthday. I don't want it.
I'll just shout it at you, like not thematically, not musically. I'll just
Happy
yell the words.
Birthday!
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
It's like the Andrew WK version of the Happy Birthday song.
Happy birthday, you dear James!
Should we get you a Kraftwerk version of it?
Yeah. I want the acapella remix version done by whatever the name of a hip and now DJ is, because I don't listen to electronica. I want the Vaporwave remix. There you go. The Vaporwave remix.
We'll see what we can do then. So yeah, 2 weeks time, come celebrate with us the year, and also James's birthday.
But mainly the show being like a year old, not the fact that I'm turning the indiscriminate number that I'm going to be turning.
47.
Yes. see, Chris has to dye his hair silver. I'm a third of the way there. naturally.
It's because I'm an ageless being.
Look, it's becoming that way. Look,
Yeah.
it's on its way now. I don't need to dye anything. But
Why do you think I keep it so zoomed out on the thing?
speaking of things dying, like dying a death on their ass, this week CD Projekt Red got a lovely email from some hacker. Shall we go into this?
Yes.
Do you guys want to say about this one? Because I think you know a bit more about this than I do.
I would be happy to talk about this. If you actually look at our Facebook, because we have a Facebook page, guys, and there was a post on our Facebook page. I know, crazy, right? I actually clicked the button, clicked another button. Things just magically just appeared. But CD Projekt Red probably did, as a Polish company, the most American thing ever. That's what it is. I'm going to read you verbatim what their quote was, and you can find this on their website. Dear gamers, an unidentified individual or individuals has informed us that they are in possession of a few internal files belonging to CD Projekt Red. Among them are documents connected to early designs of the upcoming game Cyberpunk 2077. By the way, based on an RPG, freaking great game. You should definitely get it. A favorite podcast of mine ran a one-shot of it that, needless to say, had Lady Gaga 2.0, who used nerve gas-induced pellets to fire into her crowd of her followers because she hated them, but also knew that they were tied to her economically. As a bank heist was going at the same time as her music was pounced through the entire audio system of the entire bank because they needed something to scramble the security system. Very thematic. Anyways, a demand for a ransom has been made, saying that if we are not comply, the files will be released to the general public. We will not be giving in to these demands of the individual or individuals that have contacted us, which might eventually lead to the files being published online. The appropriate legal authorities will be informed about the situation. The documents are, and largely unrepresentative of the current version of the game. Still, if you're looking forward to playing Cyberpunk 2077, it would be best for you to avoid any information from information not coming directly from CD Projekt Red. When the time is right, you'll hear about Cyberpunk 2077 from us. Officially. CD Projekt Red team.
It's a nice little way of basically saying, yeah, we don't give a fuck. It really is, isn't it? It's very nice. It's almost too polite going, well, yeah, you know.
We won't negotiate with terrorists.
It's almost like saying, terrorists, yeah, you've got the stuff that you're thinking that we want.
Simmer!
Here's our response to what your demands are.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Good morning, Simmer.
No, it's probably just Geralt. I'm surprised they just didn't give him a picture of Geralt just doing this. As he slowly...
Yeah,
but
doing the double bird.
Just giving them the double bird, then all of a sudden you just hear smoke weed every day, and those glasses come on, and you just see the doobie come over it.
Well, the glasses came down after they posted that with deal with it. So yeah, that was fun. It was fun to see. It's a case of I just love the fact that they just don't care because it's an old build and there's yeah, whatever.
I personally, and this may lead into our next conversation topic, but I purpose would like to see them just release stuff about Cyberpunk 2077 at E3. Just be like, oh yeah, by the way, you know that leak? Here's about the game that we have. There you go. You can't.
That would be even better.
I just like they know which files are missing. Be like, so guess what? Those files are missing. Here you go. Data mine them. There they are. You can't threaten us with stuff that we publicly release ourselves. So here it is. Here's about Cyberpunk 2077. There it is.
And they do it at Sony's. Because you never know. They might be doing it. They might do something at Sony's press stuff.
Yeah, Chris, we've been talking about that. We have our new guest. His name's Guy Fieri.
Welcome to Flavortown.
We could it's diners, drive-ins, and podcasts.
Yep.
Can I take your order, please? Yeah, I'll have one giant bomb, one Tig Whippy, and a Mr. Whippy, please. Thank you, drive-through. Can you go to the next window? So yeah, E3, right? E3.
It starts tomorrow, right?
Yep, starts
Sorry, I was catching
tomorrow.
up on chat. I need to move
Or
chat a
today in
little
the
closer.
UK now, because it's gone. It is Saturday now over here. 8 o'clock for the EA presser, so 8 o'clock at night. It gets all underway, and there's an extra one. There's an extra presser this year, because you've got on Sunday the Xbox one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Then it goes.
I'm agreeing with you because I don't know.
Yeah. So Sunday night over here in the UK, it's the Xbox presser where you see about Project Scorpio and what games they're doing, which apparently is longer this year to fit more games into it. Okay, fair enough. Then for us over in the UK, it gets crazy because at 5 o'clock in the morning is the Bethesda run, and then 6 o'clock in the morning is Devolver Digital, and they're doing their presser for the first time. So it's going to be like, you have to go to bed at city time and then get back up quite early to do this. It's like, oh, okay, fine, whatever. And then you've got Ubisoft's at 9. But before that, at 6, you have the PC Gamer Show, which I'm interested in this year more than I have been the past couple of years because of the PC. I can
You're a part of this world now.
Yeah,
I know, I've joined you. It feels quite nice.
I was going to say, Chris, I can say one thing about being on the show is that we have turned the most of Tick Whippies into PC gamers.
This is true. We have it. We are spreading.
There was only 2 of us. Now there's 4.
I'm trying to get the 5th one. But he's not going for it. He's not going for it with his laptop. He's like, come on. You can use that as a gaming laptop. It's fine. There's some games on it you'll be alright, So yes, we've got the PC Gamer Show and Ubisoft, and then now here's the thing that's confusing me because people aren't fully confirming what time it is for us. So the Sony presser. Now, some people have said it starts earlier for us at 1 o'clock in the morning. Others saying no, it's still at 2. So I'm not sure when that will be. So I would suggest if you're over in the UK, start looking around about 10 to 5 to 1 for it coming on. Would be the best option so you don't miss it. And then finally at 5 o'clock on the Tuesday is the Nintendo Direct. So that's all your presses, and then it gets underway, the show floor that we don't fully see unless you get people there taking their cameras and shit along and doing that sort of thing. So the things we're going to discuss. There's 2 things. We have one serious prediction, and the second one is the silly one, the batshit crazy sort of stuff. What one is so far out there that it might just possibly come off. All right,
chat. We will also have you. You can tell us yours, and we will read them as you eventually scream them out into the ether at us at inopportune times.
So we're talking about someone else, and it just suddenly pops up from Punisher saying,
"Penis!" Wait, what? yes, Chad. Of course.
Yes, we'll see penis at the E3. You're like, what?
What?
Genital jousting 2? This time the holes are slightly bigger. Wait, no. Lady genital jousting.
I don't know how that would work.
So bounce off.
Well, you see, a pair of scissors and another.
Still don't quite understand. I'll have to research.
Okay, I have to say, pretty much every stream I've been on so far has turned into sexual education with Hergel Man.
Has it taken 48 episodes to do this?
No, like this week alone,
Oh, okay,
like everything is turned into sex ed with Hergel.
I was gonna say because I can't. I mean, we had an entire 50 Shades of Grey moment. Not I remember an entire episode. That was beautiful. That was
Yeah, that was such a glorious episode, wasn't it?
Will just was trying to hide himself. Was Lucky Mucky Ducky in that one?
Yes.
All I just remember is just her dying laughing just the entire time, just hysterical laughter in the background. Will is like head in hands, just chuckling, but just I can't believe they're doing this. And me and Chris obviously none the wiser to any of this. I'm just seeing how far down the rabbit hole we need to go.
Again, that's suggestive as hell.
The shades of my hair. Which, by the way, I do have before, during, and after pictures for all of the processes. So eventually, I will be releasing those as well, so you guys can see the
So you
full
can follow
transformation.
along at home.
Yep.
Are they first on the Patreon or via bits? You know, people go higher than 500 bits and they start releasing the photos.
I'll tell more about an interesting bits thing I'm doing with the Dark Breath later on when we're talking about what we're playing. So.
Oh,
Nice.
you bastard! I know what this is. I'm storing up bits to counteract this.
So the predictions. Go with the serious one first of all. I want to see more God of War. I finally want to see a potential release date for God of War because it looks more Horizon this time rather than the older third-person action slasher. Oh look, there's boobs for a minigame. It has moved away from that, but I still want to see more of it because last year it looked impressive. So angry Kratos just seemed a bit calmer, even though you saw that moment where he was talking to his son, and the son just didn't get the hunting right, and he's like, the son.
Gotta be a dad.
I just can't. No, I just gotta no. So that's,
No, come get your burgers.
Dude, what are Kratos' dad jokes?
Let's see. I'm deciding my eye on you. No, that's well. It could be a dad joke because it was awful.
Yeah.
How about you, James? What's your serious prediction?
My serious prediction is that Sony will also release information about their new version of the PlayStation 4, whatever it's being called. Plus?
The PS4 Pro Plus.
Yeah. Pro Plus. I imagine that because they're going to try and counteract the hype that Scorpio is going to get, they're going to at least give more details than they actually are ready for.
See, I think it's too early for them.
Yeah.
I do think it's too early for Sony to say something else. I think they've got to keep they've got to keep their eye on the ball with the Pro, because that's where they've put their eggs into that basket for the 4K transition. So I think it's way too early for them to do something else. I mean, they might do something silly like a Vita 2. A first 4K handheld.
We already know my thoughts on 4K. Why the fuck would you want it in handheld? How does that even work?
See, here's something I'm going to
shiny and people want it.
No, I understand the economics behind it, but I'm like, it doesn't make. Let's take something that is meant for like a 64-inch fucking TV and shrink it down to like the size of my fucking phone. The detail may be great, but I can barely read the goddamn text on the screen.
Just wait till my prediction.
Oh, I know.
Well, I was talking about this to a mate earlier today. It's the case of, I was looking at Apple. They were doing monitors now, like 28-inch monitors with 4K. And I'm like, I thought you could only really do that with 40 inches. It would only be really better, 40 inch or above. And it's like, oh no, it's just companies that do TVs. They didn't really have the capability or wanted to do 4K and smaller screens. And until really, people have been doing it for monitors, so it kind of like it might transition. Because I wouldn't mind getting a 24-inch 4K. That'd be nice. But yeah, so Hergoman, what's your prediction, man?
The serious one.
All right, so first and foremost, the announcement of the 4K handheld is going to be in conjunction with a VR structure that they're going to be attached to that. So you're going to be able to have a VR headset purchasable for that to link the console to the handheld. That's my prediction. My other prediction is that there will be more titles released from Nintendo set aside for other consoles. They're going to be moving away from the console, as we saw with what is it? Fucking Maple Story. I know that's not it.
Harvest Moon.
Harvest Moon. Yep. And there was another one that they, I think, announced, but I don't remember if they did or not. That may have been something completely off topic that ended up happening. So we're going to be seeing more of that. That's my prediction. We're also going to be seeing more things about, I'm really, really hoping, I'm expecting them to do more things with an Elder Scrolls expansion for the online, but I'm really hoping they're going to push something for Elder Scrolls 6. One thing I gotta say, someone, I think it was Regis Castus sent me this, and it was a look back on Doom, which relevant to what I'm doing right now. A look back on Doom and their E3 announcement, and then bringing it up to release, and almost everything in release was better than their demo video. The graphics were better, the animations were better, the whole thing was smoother. The only thing that I didn't see was that there were death animations in the promo, and death animations didn't really, like post-death animations in the promo. No post-death animations in the real game, except I think Geo clipped it. Some of the monsters still do. So it's just not in all of them, which makes me think that they have some of them, but not all of them. So they just didn't put all of them in. I'm expecting a major expansion for Doom announced either this year or at QuakeCon. So keep an eye out for that. What else? Ubisoft's going to announce some bullshittery that's going to be a duplicate of one of their games and a slightly different map, but potentially meeting one of the old maps anyways, so they just recycle more things. It's going to be a new Assassin's Creed. I'm going to guarantee that. I'm going to put that. I will say a new Assassin's Creed and a full iteration of Assassin's Creed.
And I would say Assassin's Creed and probably the season 2 season pass of the Division.
Possibly, yep.
They'll also be talking about Far Cry 5. We can say that as a certainty.
I think they already started that, if memory serves.
Yeah.
So they're just going to go into more detail on that, so we don't have to. That's one that's a given.
Crew 2 as well. South Park, The Fractured Butthole.
Yep. I think they're going to put an announcement date on that one.
October
I don't remember
17th.
if they did already.
October 17th for
Okay, so they did put a hard one. I'm expecting them to push it back maybe a month. I have a feeling that they're going to push it back a month. Just for debugging stuff. But it really depends on other things anyways. Let's see, what else
We've got
did
some...
I have? Games for the Scorpio. I think we have the announcement of Crash Bandicoot, but I think they're going to be looking at bringing other old classic titles in as well. So that's my prediction for their games. They want to do the extension, so I'm expecting them to be doing remasters of their old games. And
Microsoft has Rare now, right?
I believe they've owned Rare for a while.
So you might see something like Banjo-Kazooie, and those ones can make their
We may see an announcement of Banjo 3.
Because we do kind of have that Banjo-Kazooie out on Xbox One. It's part of that Rare replay disc.
Yep.
They have there.
That's why I'm thinking that's what they're going to push for. Especially with, I think, Yooka-Laylee not doing as well as they expected, if I recall. So that push to have a really good old school Rareware game coming back out.
Because Crash Bandicoots, they're out on the 30th of June for PS4. So it's the Insanity trilogy. But yeah, looking at the chat, Simmer would say, I would like more games to be cross-platform, not prediction, just a want. Oh, my wish every year. Make mice and keyboard for consoles.
I believe there was a thing for an announcement. I forget which company did it. I think it was Sony who said it, that there may be that in the future at some point. But I don't remember.
Yeah, no guarantees on that one. Don't quote us. Xbox. If you quote us and we're wrong, no, it's your fault. Phoenix Flames says, God, I'm disappointed with how they screwed the division. Which, yeah, I can kind of see that. I really can kind of see how disappointed they were, because I was after a while.
Phoenix says Xbox. Xbox is getting keyboard and mouse.
Ah, cool. Which
Makes sense.
More towards a PC, wouldn't it? Punisher's serious prediction is going to be the new Tomb Raider gets announced at E3. Which is and what's the best is going to be on Xbox One first.
Somebody tells me that Tomb Raider won't be announced at E3. I feel like it's going to be announced at PAX. That's why I'm holding onto that one.
Either that or the Tokyo Game Show, because there's normally a Square presser there. And what better place to do it? Simmer says AC set in Central America, South America, Mayans, Incas, etc. The next one is set in Egypt. That's what we do know. Yeah, some more Far Cry 5 from Phoenix. Yeah, there's going to be... I think there's going to be actually gameplay there of Far Cry, rather than that teaser trailer.
It's not hard, they just got to reskin it and put it on a different map.
I'm sorry. I had one that I was sitting on that I totally forgot about for a little while. Blood Dragon 2.
I would love Blood Dragon 2. I think that's the best thing to happen to a 5 figure.
Which was for fucking...
What's Far Cry 3 it was. The skid... No, new one of...
No. It was Trials. It was a Trials edition.
Oh, yes.
Yep. So that was a mini one, but I think they're going to go for a full-blown 2.
I actually have another serious prediction now that I think about it. Final Fantasy VII Episode 1 gets a release date.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be one of the big things. What if they say, just what if, as a nice little surprise, they come out and go, and Final Fantasy VII Episode 1 is out today.
I think a lot of retailers would be like,
getting a new game.
Nuts.
Is that true? Please tell me that's true. I'll kind of cry a little on the inside that Bubsy's getting a new game.
It's true, it was announced today.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. I hate it.
So, my mind's telling me no. But my body's telling me yeah. For Final Fantasy VII. Here's a question about the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah.
Do they remake it and actually finish the game the way it was supposed to? Can you bring Aerith back to life, or is she still dead?
Ooh.
I would love for them not to let you know. Cut it before either choice, like before you get an option.
You know that's going to be episode 2 or 3, is it? When,
it's going to be like episode
the cliffhanger bit is she dies and...
But no. I imagine Final Fantasy VII will go 7 episodes.
I imagine it'll go 2 because they haven't gone past 2 typically.
Hitman?
FFVII and then FFVII 2.
Well, no, remember they're doing the Telltale system where you buy the game and then you're going to be getting it episodically as it comes out, much the way.
Oh, are they?
It's the Hitman
I haven't
style.
Followed that very much.
Yeah, they're doing it like Hitman. Which we saw how well that went. They sold the company,
and then decided they're going to get rid of the episodic version of Hitman to try and help them save the company. Phoenix Flame also says Dirge of Cerberus Crisis Core HD remake.
Another tactics game would be interesting to bring in too.
Yeah, like that. They're due. Like just a good console tactics game like that in general. I mean, you've got Disgaea kind of cornered the market on that. I mean, the Square Enix just, you know.
So, shall we get on? I'm going to switch now to the crazy stuff. Okay, so here's the thing. If it's crazy, if it's outlandish, but it might just be there, let us know. We'll read those bits out. Because my one, you've kind of already taken, Hergelman. You take that as a serious one. I thought Nintendo releasing classic games, multi-platform, would be a crazy idea. But it might just be there. Just might be there.
Well, I'm not
Cosmic Games. We love you.
Hello and welcome.
Are you doing the thing tonight, or is it next week? By the way, I'm asking now. in the middle of our stream. Are you
Yeah.
are you Jack in the Boxing tonight, or is it tomorrow? Is it next week?
While that's being answered, my prediction was that they're doing licensing to the new thing.
No, new thing.
So like new iterations of games will be coming out cross-platform. Old versions, that would be a crazy prediction.
Okay, so it is June 23rd.
Okay.
I thought it was tonight.
Because I wanted to look at it. I thought maybe it is now time for classic Mario to come on to PS4. You know, Zelda onto the Xbox. Because there's a money pit right there.
I think they've been sitting on it. I think they know that they can do that anytime, and it'll be like eaten up. But I think they're waiting until they really need it.
I think it all depends on how well the Switch does with its games for the second after E3. If Switch games get released and it starts doing well as a console, I think they keep that. I think if the Switch starts to fail because it doesn't have anything beyond Zelda and Mario Kart and Mario, I think that's when you see them release it because they're going to be able to make up that financial loss.
Yep. It's. I honestly think that they're holding on to things strictly out of a strategic like.
They're playing it close to the vest.
Yeah. They've got their trump cards. They know how to America.
They go for America.
Oh, I was good. Why did you do the Yu-Gi-Oh reference? They've got their trap cards, Yu-Gi Moto.
Because the rules don't matter when you have money.
See, that's
if they don't have money, then they don't win. So.
Cross-platform Hyrule Warrior.
I could easily see that.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Very easily.
Punisher, my new prediction, my outlet prediction is we get a new Conquer game on Xbox One. Could do.
I could see it happening. I could actually see it happening. Yeah.
Nintendo PC games on Spider.
Now here's the thing. I could see the new Conquer game bashing the ever-living shit out of like all of the spiritual successors of everything else.
That could be. I mean, it could be the ultimate troll game where they just make the game be shitty just because it is a console game. It is a Conquer game. So the fact that the graphics are shit and just the story is shit and the dialogue is shit, it just becomes its own little meta cosmic of shit because it knows that's what it is, and it's just a troll on the games industry on itself of making sequels. I think if they go that way with it and make it just uber meta, it would be a great game. Because, like, hey, we're making a shitty sequel because fucking shitty sequels, am I right, guys?
And one other thing, though, they need to make an entire level that is exclusively voiced by JonTron.
Will he be saying anti-Semitic things?
No, he'll just be going...
Okay.
He'll do his normal lines. They'll just... Everyone will be asking why he's talking like that and why it's like because we didn't have it in the last time I tried to do a thing, but now we're gonna bring it into this thing.
And then we find out it's actually not Conquer, it's just, Duke Nukem in disguise. Just pulls the head off. So, what about you, James? What's your outlandish prediction then?
My most outlandish prediction is that the premium edition of Far Cry 5 is going to be called the Donald Trump edition.
Would you like to trump your competition?
I think it is a great marketing move. I think it could be just that. Also, my really wild and out one that is going to definitely happen is that a way too overpopularized streamer or streamers are going to be hosting a presser and do absolutely horribly because they're not good in front of 40,000 live people. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Final Fantasy 15 reveal. You knew what you did. That was awkward as all hell.
Well, will there be another sort of awkward sort of guy who comes on and everybody goes, oh.
Yes. We have all seen the Kirby picture, right? Where it shows like all the people drawing Kirby and the one guy who draws it like shit and it points at them and goes, programmer. We've all seen that picture. I mean, like, you have PR people for a reason, right? You have people who handle this stuff. I mean, isn't that the whole reason why a company hires a community manager is to manage the community? Like, I wouldn't like. There are the rarities. Don't get me wrong. The guy who runs Bethesda, he is charismatic as hell. I mean, like, I was so super pumped for Fallout 4 after that thing. I was like, I was like punching shit, just like, yeah, Fallout 4 and Doom. What? You know, I turned into like Macho Man Randy Savage. I was just ready for like I was stepping into Slim Jims and shit. You know, it was just nuts. But you know, that's a dime a dozen. You don't have everybody who's the head of a studio that's like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. The head of Nintendo America does a pretty good job, but it gets rough sometimes.
Yeah, especially when they try to do jokes and they just fall flat straight on their ass.
Oh, I actually have another bold prediction.
Oh,
we get a release date for Hideo Kojima's game.
They did say though that Death Stranding wouldn't be there.
But doesn't mean Hideo Kojima will be there.
This is true. This is very, very true. Other predictions.
You don't know what's going on in his brain.
Genital jousting presidential DLC. All the dicks are spray tanned and really small.
All right.
Perfect. Like Simmer, new console, the Playbox. They got the PCs from one half of a PC bit anyway. Punisher, Ubisoft Aisha Taylor will swear lots more.
Yes.
Well, she will be because she's not part of it this year.
Your plot twist: Norman Reedus announces the release.
Naked.
Holding a console. Like
All
a
right.
baby.
My crack predictions.
Mhm.
Serious Sam 4. Crowfall.
Now you say that about
Duke Nukem 2. Portal 3.
God, you might as well say Half-Life 3 at this point.
Simmer,
I foresee a Portal 3 sooner than a Half-Life 3.
Yeah, Half-Life 3 is going to be the carrot in front of all of our faces until like Gabe Newell dies. On his deathbed, he will then release Half-Life 3 in all its glory.
I mean, I actually genuinely think that they just have the team on their like payroll and they don't do anything at all. I don't think they're working on anything. I think they're just like programming some bullshit every now and then and like leaking some screen caps of absolutely nothing. Like, do they have Excel sheets of just like code names? That's all they do is make code names. Oh, there was another one I had in mind that was something.
Yeah, the day Half-Life
Really
3 releases is the day the Rapture happens. Everybody goes to the Rapture is literally the day Half-Life 3, because there'll just be pandemonium in the streets.
Riot Games will announce their new title.
Is it another MOBA?
No, it's a card game.
This is a card game with all their MOBA characters.
Yeah.
It's free to play, makes money. And Gwent.
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
Literally just Hearthstone.
You mean revenue gainer for World of Warcraft decline?
Casual cash is what we call it. Yeah.
Or HOTS. Just casual cash times 2, or Overwatch. What I've spent $200, and how come I still don't have this fucking Mercy skin? Hey, all I have to say is my first box I got the legendary Blackwatch McCree skin, and I went, nice. Don't need to buy any more. Don't mean McCree. I'm not good.
I don't know, like, I have the banana suit and the golden gun, so I'm never changing that until there's something yellow and better.
That sounds so wrong.
That sounds like a much needed DLC for GoldenEye.
Yellow and better.
I've got the banana suit and the golden gun.
And the gold hat for wrong job. It's like makes it even better this time.
Now that we mentioned it, crack prediction. New 007 game.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Be a
There's
long
no
time.
new Bond movie coming out soon.
Yeah, no, they haven't decided on that because they haven't found out whether Daniel Craig wants to do another one or not.
I think he's contracted to do another one.
I think, yeah, he might well be, but I know after, after they filmed
Skyfall.
No, it's not Spectre. He had his knees were fucked, so he had to get like an operation. And
Man, he had a
rest up.
lot of. Well, he does do a lot of running. Have you seen Daniel Craig Bond films? It's like 50% of him running someplace.
He gives Matt Damon a run for his money.
I know. Jason Bourne is like. I mean, it's just. I'm a running. I just started running one day, Jenny, and then I thought it was time to stop.
So
the president.
I'm running over here. Ben. So in the chat, let's have a look, see what the crazy stuff continues. Spider says the surprise announcement for Scalebound again.
More importantly, Kim says there's a bunny in her front yard.
I like bunnies. Bunny. We're saying like Left 4 Dead 3, Half-Life. And some saying they're playing Half-Life 3 and keep making DLC for themselves.
Oh yeah, no, never mind. Valve is working exclusively on Dota 2 at this point. I forgot. They have that game. Sometimes I forget Dota 2 isn't a different company as well.
But they have more people that could be working on Half-Life 3.
That Half-Life 3. I'm going to do a quote from a movie. There may be the day when the courage of men fails, and then we will have to go and create the Half-Life 3. But today is not that day. Today is Dota's day. Now come with me into the eyes of the MOBA.
I don't have my horn with me. I can't do the sound.
Yeah. And
I have a
Star Citizen campaign release is a crazy prediction. I wouldn't go that far. That's a little too far. I'd say maybe a little more, like 4 more ships.
H1Z1 comes out for early access.
DayZ gets a release date. Play PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. It's the same thing but better.
Yes, it is.
And you can play with us usually on Sundays.
Because we can actually move to what we've been playing. Because I have been playing more Battlegrounds this week, and last week I got to 2nd with Ed.
Yeah.
Got to 3rd this week, so I wasn't quite as good. Ed died quite early on in this one, so it was down to me, and I had a couple of shotguns and a pistol, and I was sneaking around. There was parts I had to run straight through a city, and there was thundering around us. I was shitting myself for this because I was so adamant that they were going to shoot us. They didn't. No one did. It was like I got shot at but never hit with that. It got to the point where the circle was closing in, so I went prone. And this was an open area most of the side, but there's a rocky outcropping, and then below there's like a cliff. There is like a few buildings. It's almost smack bang in the middle of the map. So, I was up the top of there, and there was firefights going on down there, and I said, I'm not doing anything, Ed. I'm staying here. I'm not firing to let them know anywhere in my position. And it was working. We got down to like final 5, and there was the one guy just ran by me on the hill where I was, onto where the actual rocks were, looking down, shotgun out, boom, bang, right in the back. It's like, it's not pretty, but it's fair. It was effective. And then it came down to like the final 4, and so the circle moves, and I was just outside it, so I had to move in, crawling along, going prone. See a guy. Ed saw the guy to my left before I did, because he's able to spectate still. So I shift round, try shooting him with a shotgun. He took us out, and I was 3rd. It's like, fuck's sake.
Pogba seems like it could be a very good backseat gaming category of game.
Yeah. Yes.
Because you just die early on and then proceed to harass your partner. to greatness. And of course, if they
gotcha.
win, it was all on you because you were the eye in the sky. You were Big Brother watching over them the entire time.
You could, you're using the map. You're being the part where you can actually go, okay, tactics for it. So the circle's there. You've got to move in, let's say, another 30 seconds, and then you got fence. You can see things that you're not. So yeah, that could be a good idea.
You're like the guy in the background, just like beep beep. All right, you've got 10 seconds to move. I'm gonna hack the Gibsons so the door unlocks for you.
And then you can laugh at you when you fuck up and your vehicle just goes end over end over end over end, and then just lands back on four wheels, and you carry on and go, yeah, and deal with it. Glasses come down. But this week I've actually played quite a lot of new stuff, which makes a change really because I finished Dishonored, so it's Dishonored 2 on Sunday. Yeah, I like how the way it ties things together in this. I can see what Gio was on about with it. So it's good to try the DLC before you go on to 2 if you've played 1. I have played some Serious Sam properly for the first time. The first encounter, I tried the first encounter without the HD stuff, and there was one button missing. For some reason, the use button isn't there. So I tried setting it up, pressed it, wouldn't work. So I went, look at this, I'm going to try the HD version, see whether it's on the controller. Worked fine. Weirdly enough. But the difference between what I played of Serious Sam years ago to this is it doesn't feel as manic at the moment as well. I remember the suicide bomber hands people come out screaming. I remember a lot more of it.
The undying scream that haunts your dreams.
Yeah, it's like you still remember. It's like, where are they? And then you realise you wake up and there's one there right in front of your face. Like, fuck, But yeah, I like it, but it just doesn't feel as manic. There doesn't feel as many in the areas as I remember. It might just be because I played a different one at the time. That might be it, but yeah, I like Serious Sam. I'm glad I bought them as that in this deal that was going on. Gods will be watching. Now, remember last week when I was on about the hostage situation and how much of a pain in the ass that was? Well, the second chapter is you are captured by the Xenolifer, and you and your partner are tortured over a number of days. Now, after the second day, after being put up with things like getting first days of getting punched if you don't tell any information, you think, okay, that's fair enough. That's light. That's okay. Then you get the second day, they start using a hammer on your knees, and I know what that is. I know what that feels like. I've had someone whack my knee with a hammer. Whether it's accidental or not, it still fucking hurts, right? It's no picnic. It really isn't. So you have to survive this. And then the leader of the resistance that you'll become part of, either it's like an undercover thing, he comes down from the ceiling, talks to you, and you're thinking, great, rescue mission. He's already here. We can get out now. It's like, no. There is a rescue operation underway. It's just going to take a little time. It's like, well, okay, how long is it going to take? 20 days. And you're like, what? I have to survive this shit for 20 days? No. So he goes, yeah, but you can do it. So we can give you a little bit of hand. We can give you information. We can give you painkillers to survive a little bit longer for normal hits, or you can get some healing. And you have to, so you get your options there, and then you have to wait a day for him to do this. And the torture scenes get more elaborate. Like the third day, they pull your teeth out. Day 4 is you're on the rack. When he's on a rack and the other person's there, so it's 2 shots with someone in the rack and you're dead. You're in half, and then it's game over. Restart the chapter. From day 1
with the 501 in bits.
See what she's done there. That's
You beat me. I am now no longer the highest bidder on Tigwabies. This is going to be a problem. It very much is a problem.
The bidding war begins.
but the bidding war begins.
The bidding war begins.
Like it. So I got fucking frustrated with this level because there's no part in there after like a certain bit where you can save it and go back to it. And if you die, you have to restart from the beginning and go through it all again. And because it's a random number generator game, it can turn on itself randomly and then kill you off quite easily. Because where you're getting tortured, you can beg for mercy. You can try and get a breather from this, so you're not killed during this. But it doesn't always work, because it sometimes go, well, that's not how torture works, and then just do an extra shot to you, which is nice when you're getting burned. Or in one case, they play Russian roulette with you. So it randomly spins the barrel or spins the chambers. And then you have to almost play Russian roulette. So you could die in the first one. And then so you have to start again. Fucking frustrating. I was almost ready to give up this game and just go on to Paradigm next week. I really was. This is how frustrated I was. And I went, right, okay, if I do not beat this time, hell with it. I'm going on to this. Last attempt. Got through to 9 days. And I'm getting help from people in chat, which is awesome. And then I'm thinking, okay, I'm almost halfway through this bloody bit. This is going to take an absolute age, and I'm just going to get so pissed off. And then all of a sudden, boom, through the side of the walls, the rescue mission after day 9, and someone in chat goes, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. I just wasn't wanting to tell you. You're bastard, you're going to tell me. So next week is chapter 3, and I finished off there just chucking the plane. I've just seen it on the screen. So you're playing fetch with dog. With your dog that you have. Let's see, what else did I play? I've played some Killing Floor 2, which is good. Better with friends. It's a bit dull doing like a survival bit with zombies on your own. We had a first in a while. We had a Tigwappy triple multi-stream. Yeah, a triple multi-stream with Geo, Tom, and myself. Lasted about 4 hours, and the actual rounds, if you go full 10 waves on this, it lasts about an hour each game. But Killing Floor 2 also, yeah, there is a mode on there where you can actually play as the zombies chasing people down. Almost like an effective. I like this. I love this idea. This idea is pretty damn cool, and I'm hoping the more we see on it, because it's out on Plus this month. If you want it, it's free. I want to see what else they're doing with this and what new weapons and upgrades, because if you can get better upgrades, better shotguns, I'm all for it, because who doesn't love shooting a zombie in the face with a shotgun? Yeah, who doesn't? The only other one I'm going to talk about, because Dying Light is an upcoming thing that upcoming stream that hopefully we'll be doing soon, is Tekken 7. Yes, I bought Tekken 7. Me, who hates fighting games, has bought a fighting game. but you know what? It's all right. I was holding my own, and that helps me not hate it as much. It sort of mellows me out a bit towards some fighting game. Because my brother and Aded have been talking about doing like a Fight Club stream, where we do winner stays on certain fighting games like Injustice 2, and it's just like, well, how about Tekken? And I went, yeah, all right, I'll get that. And so yeah, I have my own. It's Tekken, you've your characters from there. Yeah, fair enough. It seems to work online, apart from there's tournaments on here, and this is what Ab said to us, right? You can do tournaments online with people. Now, one of the things that these people do to make sure they win is they get to the final with you. As the final is about to start, they kick you from their game and they win. They take the gold. It's like, you cheating bastards. You cheating bastards. So hopefully they get that sorted. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing this week. Chris, what have you been playing, matey?
Doom.
Doom.
I finally beat Doom on Ultra Violence, which means Nightmare is unlocked. Along with Ultra Nightmare, Ultra Nightmare is basically Nightmare on Iron Man mode. If you die, you go right back to the very start of the game.
Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh.
So, that being said, tomorrow night begins my quest through the Nightmare, gaming throughout the ages, starting with the very first Doom game and going through all of them in order. So, I'm real excited. That's my childhood right there. This is going to be really cool.
Are we joining you on the stream of watching you go through all these Dooms?
I would love for you guys to do that.
I watched.
It'll be on my usual times, so it's not like I'm going to be doing a special event for it. The other thing I played a little bit of GTA 5 online. I've kind of been just bouncing around various streams and picked up GTA 5 and enjoying that. Just kind of casually hanging out, really. I put an application in to join our fine friend Weefs on the RP server that she goes to. So that may be in the works in the future as well. And of course, Thursday began A Dark Breath, featuring James, the Cosmic Gamers, and Regis Castus as our lovely players. The adventure went interestingly, to say the least. I'm looking forward to our next session, and thank you, Lard, for linking Weeps. That show will be happening on Thursdays at 6:30 Eastern Time. We'll be working on other bits as well, so I'm putting a lot of production into this particular show. And I hope to see you all there. However, there's an interesting mechanic that I'm going to be incorporating into the game.
Oh, you fucking bastard.
And that is... you can be a bit in it, too.
How?
Where there's a voting system where you provide bits and add a hashtag, and that will determine what decisions some major NPCs make about the players.
Mm-hmm.
In what way? In what way can you really fuck them up? I mean, it almost sounds like it could be like a cluster truck way of dealing with it. Nice. I mean, can you outright kill people then?
You can't outright kill them. You can push them towards a situation that is much more difficult. Let's say they're given a choice between taking a ship to reach a little island, taking a magic spell or hunting for a magic spell to teleport them to this island, or attempting to wrangle some sort of sea beast. You get to vote for whichever one you want to see.
So I mean, you can potentially harness Nest. Right.
Really, you can really fuck them over. You can really push them forward. And the players are allowed to vote for this as well.
And my only question is are you going to have the vote be open for like something you're going to create next week? So like, are you voting on like the major, or is it going to be for what's happening that current session?
It's what's happening that current session.
Okay.
Ooh, and is there a minimum bits for each bit, or
no minimum bit?
Does it vary?
Just no minimum bit. One point goes into a vote. However, the more bits, the stronger the vote.
Yeah.
So the more bits that are dumped in, the winner will have the most bits. The winning choice will have the most bits. So it's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be very interesting indeed.
Why'd I have to play the character? Why couldn't I play more of a metagaming type character?
Now, I am going to announce as well that all bits going into that voting system are going directly into purchasing the rights for music and pieces for the actual game itself. So it's going to be going into the production of that as well.
Well, fantastic. Is that all you've been playing? Are you playing anything else?
I have been playing only that.
Okay. James, what have you been playing, matey?
To tie in with Chris, I have been Darius, the human sorcerer in A Dark Breath. Needless to say that I am the party's moral compass, leader extraordinaire, guiding post, an all-around party face. And through my grit and determination, knowledge of diplomacy, it's exactly the reaction that they had. I play a pompous ass nobleman who doesn't know his ass from his elbows. Who's only gotten through in life on the fact that he's really fucking talented at magic, but can't be bothered to read a goddamn book.
Oh, so he's trying to be. He's just trying to be talented offhand. Just go.
I will let you. Everybody who I will be making, and I can let everybody know this, A Dark Breath available as an audio version, and if Chris lets me, the video version of the Tick Whippies part of the stream available online so that you may enjoy it. Needless to say, you will see why Darius does what he does and why he thinks what he thinks. But needless to say, in the other role-playing game that I have played with Chris, he is the exact opposite of character.
It's absolutely hilarious. I love it.
I can say that I have told one of the party members I am now their master. And have single-handedly pissed off the other two to the point where I was pretty much almost killed by one of them in the first session, if not both. And probably will be and completely oblivious to it. But no, that is the character I have built. I hope anybody who is more artistically talented than I am will be creating fan art of him, because he is, of all the characters really, because they're all amazing and talented, and as a player in it, Chris has created a wonderful world for us to kind of experiment in, and I am just excited to continue the horrible person that is Darius. Though I do have to feel bad for party nice person. We have a lawful good character in a party of just evil.
We have a lawful good and a chaotic evil.
Yeah.
Why?
And two chaotic neutrals. I think me and the rogue are chaotic neutral.
Two chaotic neutrals.
Because we just don't get. He's just because he's just like a pragmatic rogue. I just don't give a shit about anybody but myself. So chaotic neutral. I do things for me. Why? Because I care about them.
Because it's me.
Because it's me.
Because I care about me, and I want me to be happy. So this is why I do them.
I do have to say that I'm going to see how long it is until I can make a Donald Trump reference as Darius, because it's only a matter of time.
Yep.
Given the character he is. Anyways, besides playing that, other games I've played, Cities Skylines.
Okay.
That was off stream. That was very fun. I've also played a little bit of. I'm just looking at my computer screen here. We've got some Fable, Little Wild Star.
Oh yeah, because you were on about him you getting to play as a dick, was it? Or the chat wanted you to play as a dick the last time.
It was Fable. Everybody wanted me to play as a dick. Be evil. Actually, some of the people who are still in chat, I think it was Geo and Phoenix, were very instrumental in making me be an evil bastard in Fable. And I've been playing some Injustice 2. It's a fighting game. It's superheroes.
How are you finding the controls of that? Because I know from what I played of Rob's, it was a bit awkward sometimes when to try and move and start hitting, because the character just didn't seem to want to.
It's a difference between move and diving, because if you double tap it, they'll kind of make that herky jerk in. I have, from watching people play Injustice 2, you don't want to move forward. There's kind of this thing like by stepping in is like the worst thing you can do, because it's not good. There's a lot of like range combat and there's a lot of slow build in. So I can I like it, especially because I can see the way the AI fights, because you can set like the AI to kind of like do battles for you, and like you can do it. So in a sense, I've been treating Injustice 2 not as a fighting game, but as a like, how can I min-max a character who then goes and fights through a story to earn me gear and level up? So it is essentially a Diablo 3 MMO.
That you're using bots for, so you don't have to play it. You just sit there.
Bots that are built into the game. See, it's very good because I can have, because once again, I have Injustice 2 here, and I'm usually watching a stream over here, so I'm multitasking.
I mean, does that level it up easier for you? So when you do play up,
yes, it does level it up
makes it
easy
easier.
for you. The story mode is kind of a good way to kind of get a good base, but basically you put the bot on endless, and you just press the X button once to enter a battle, and then once to end it, and then it'll just keep fighting. Usually the bot is good enough to get you through 34 battles, which is good for about 4 to 5 levels.
Nice.
And maybe about 20 pieces of gear.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That sounds it.
I'm just not taking this online because I will get wrecked, and I don't need to get butt hurt on that game.
Well, it is multi-region now, so the region is not locked. So if we see Rob and Ed playing it, I'm sure they'll gladly add one more.
See, the bad thing though is that like if I see Rob and Ed playing it, I'm just gonna take Batman and just keep screaming Frank Miller's "I'm the goddamn Batman" as I punch him in the face the entire time.
And there's a reason not to.
It's not a legitimate strategy, but it's a good one. The problem is like, as a comic book here, this transcends the game, and as a comic book fan, I have been always more of a Superman over Batman kind of person.
It's
Everybody take breathe in, and this isn't like a knock on Christopher Nolan or on any one of the things. I just think like out of the two most overhyped DC characters, I think too much is to like try to be like, especially in a world nowadays where everybody tries to make everything dark and gritty and angsty. I think the fact that like you kind of want to tend more towards Superman because he, at least not in the non-Injustice version of the world of the mythos, he's kind of like what's not around. He is the truth, justice, American way, upright, standing citizen, does good for the sake of doing good. Where like you always feel that like Batman, there's always something shifty about him. Like, but then they take with Injustice, and I understand what they did there. And for people who don't know the story of Injustice 1, spoilers, it's been years. This is the game. The Joker kills Lois Lane and their unborn son, and then Superman kills the Joker, and then decides to take over the world because humans can't rule themselves. So, and fractures superheroes and stuff. That's what happens. And there's no like Batman and him don't get back together again. There's no like our mothers are Martha, so we're obviously going to be best friends now. Let's meet again.
Well, it was an alternate reality version of Superman, though.
It is, and they play on the metaverse a lot too. And I get it, but like I want to like Superman because it's a fighting game where you can play as Superman, and you know, it's got Superman voiced by the voice actor from the Superman animated TV series. It's got Batman voiced by Batman from the Batman animated TV series. It's there, right? It's got everything, but Superman's a fucking dick. And he's trying to like being as big of a dick as fucking Batman is. And I'm sitting there going like, it's just two dicks just flailing at each other. I mean, I didn't see something this bad since the presidential fucking election in the United States. Just two dicks flailing at each other.
It's genital jousting again.
It is. And like they tried to like make it dramatic and stuff, and there are some good parts in it, but like it's just
Like Shazam. That was a part that I actually didn't see coming.
yeah. And Black Adam, I mean, like they give a lot. They bring a lot of other characters forward, like Black Adam, who was a very interesting character. I think should get more screen time. I think they really did something well with Harley Quinn. I think that's a character that is really kind of like coming to her own into an Injustice, is kind of like the redemption story, which is very cool, and the fact that Batman is the one redeeming her. Fucking Batman. I didn't think the Joker needed to be in Injustice 2 at all. But I can see why they put him in there.
I mean, like, here's the thing. If the Joker wasn't in there, you'd have a huge chunk of fan base not going for the game.
I know.
Just like that's the problem with it. Like, thematically, he could easily be not in there.
I mean, the whole point of him in the story when you fight him is that he is a hallucination of Scarecrow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. But like, I get it, and it brings out a lot of kind of other characters that are very B to the forefront, but obviously they added a lot of characters too just because of popularity. Green Arrow's in there. Why is Green Arrow in there? Because Arrow, which by the way I have watched 2 seasons of in the span of a week, I am fucking addicted to that show. Why is the Flash in there? Flash TV show.
I mean, Flash is super important anyways. Like,
yes, Flash is super important anyways because
Justice League.
But Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's a pivotal part of the story, and you can kind of tell why she's in there because of a certain CW show that's built in. I mean, Wonder Woman obviously there, but Deadshot's in there. Suicide Squad.
Captain Cold,
right?
That's like Mr. Freeze.
Well, that's the thing. He has an alternate skin where you can have him be Mr. Freeze, and the guy is voice acted by Batman animated series Mr. Freeze.
Wow, nice. Because I kept wondering who actually came first, was it Captain Cold or Mr. Freeze?
I believe Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze, because he was in Detective Comics against Batman, and Batman's an older character than Flash.
Yep.
Or Detective Comics, not Action Comics. Action Comics was Superman. My apologies. I'm more of a Marvel fan.
Yeah, apart from Batman, yeah, and of a Marvel as well.
But yeah, it's a very interesting game. I just felt like they take my favorite character and they do something different with him. And though I do like what they do as an alternate story, he's still just a dick.
Well, he's Batman. Don't know why it's that growly, but Christopher Nolan. No, is it Christopher Nolan? Yeah,
Christopher Nolan. He's had his hands in all of the things. Like Batman 2 was good, and I do have to say, and I will end my superhero rant after this. Why did the fucking second Superman movie have to be Batman versus Superman?
Because Ben Affleck.
Henry Cavill is like great Superman. He was born to look it. Like, you did an origin story that was moderately well received. Give Superman one more movie to build on character development and then go into like the Justice League movie. But no, hey, you know what would make a great Superman movie? If we put Batman in it. And remember Batman? Do you guys remember seeing that scene in Step Brothers where like they both realized they liked Velociraptors and like became best friends? What if we made that the plot twist? Because nobody would see it coming. Best part of Batman vs. Superman, Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. Stole the movie, best character, and I'm glad her movie is doing so amazing. It should. It is amazing. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to go see it because fucking Wonder Woman.
I plan on seeing it as well.
Also Chris Pine. I kind of have a man crush on Chris Pine because if you don't have a man crush on Chris Pine, what's wrong with you?
Sorry, there's only one Chris in my heart, and that's Chris Pratt.
There's like all the Chris's. Chris Pine, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pratt,
Chris Evans,
Chris Jericho.
I'd be worried about him in the sea of the other Chris's. Chris Rock. Chat, who's your favorite Chris?
Exactly. We can go over this. Is that all you've been playing, matey?
Yes.
Don't worry, I'm flirting with the chat.
It's like one. James talks about video games for 2 minutes, rants about comic books for 10.
It's fine.
Guy Fieri talks about Dungeons and Dragons.
That's like the new. That's like the new like shit like Onion post right now. Guy Fieri talks about Dungeons and Dragons. Is this real news? Fake news?
Oh, pure fake
Oh my
news.
god, I feel so bad for Onion because like actual news outlets are basically just, it's just becoming real. Like everything is just real.
So that
You
means,
can't make any jokes.
News.
does that mean the Onion actually has to start reporting real news?
Chris Christopherson. Yes. Nice. Like it, Sarah. Like it. Right. The only thing we have left to do now is shout outs and then where you can find us so we can bugger off. So we have to mention her. The patron saint.
Patron saint of Tigwhippies.
Kimberly. Thank you.
Her name's at the top of the chat if you haven't noticed.
Yes.
It's also like right down there.
Actually, yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
It's actually there for me.
No,
There.
other way.
It's-
The other side. Not that side. Other side.
Complete
well,
that.
actually, I surprisingly managed to point directly at it too.
Yeah. It's both. I mean, there's like down there for the followers, but also like Will for you. The chat is like
The chat is that way.
yes.
The chat's that way. So yeah, so thank
Hasn't
you very much.
changed in 10 episodes.
No, hasn't changed. See, I was going for the main bit right.
Oh yeah,
in the
the down one.
Yeah, see, that's what I was doing. I was going to do that. Any of the shout outs?
Change. Have you got any change?
I have a few shout outs. First and foremost, I'd like to shout out to our lovely players for A Dark Breath once more, Cosmic Gamers, Regis Castus, and of course, James. I'm also going to do a shout out to a friend of mine, goes by the name of Girl with Yellow Spoon. Been having a bit of a rough week, but I wanted to let everyone know that she's a fantastic Let's Player, play some Hearthstone, and to send some love her way.
Is she on right now?
No, she is on a road trip right now.
Follow her right now. We'll get a link in chat.
Like, not in real life. Don't do that. That's really creepy, but...
Yeah, that goes from following a streamer to stalking, and no. All right.
It's perfectly fine to
No.
follow, just not stalk. That's all for me.
That's a brave British finger waggle.
You know when you're getting the finger wag from an English person, that's
That means
Big
when
no-no.
kind of
When he has to put his tea down in disgust, you know it's wrong.
exactly. We've just gone too far. So, the only thing I have left to say is basically where you can find us. I am Lord Teammaker across the board. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook if you can find us. I'm on PSN, Xbox Live, Steam, here, YouTube as part of the game, won't play itself. All the good stuff. Chris, where can they find you, matey?
You can find me just about anywhere as the Hergelman. Don't bother with the YouTube, it's abandoned. You can find me on twitch.tv/Hergelman. You can find me on twitter.com/Hergelman. And that's pretty much all I ever care about. I do have a Facebook, and I also have YouTube. Don't bother going to those. I don't check either of them. But they're also such sites /Hergelman. You can find me on Steam as Mayonnaise PhD, phonetically and properly spelt. You can find me in Discord. I'm in Discord as Hergelman. You can find me in fucking the Blizzard thing is Hergelman. It's the Hergelman. I'm everywhere. That's it.
He's even right outside. He's looking at you through the window. And James,
I would be found as the game won't play itself. I sometimes go by Spike SP2579 in various iterations, but that's slowly been being changed over to Tigwhippies. Mainly because it's just easier if I do that. Because it's easier to find you guys here, because you're all here. You know what Tigwhippies is. You should still find me here. Usually, I've been doing 2 streams a week now. I'll be doing Thursday nights, A Dark Breath, and I will be doing this stream, and then maybe if people convince me, I may start doing some other streams on the weekend, because I can find time.
You mean like your Prey one and continuing Borderlands as your games? Your back
That's with
catalog
Chris.
thing?
If I'm playing beat old games, it's with Chris. So the Borderlands 2 is with Chris. I have to have another player with that. And Doggo.
And Doggo.
Doggo, wherever you are.
Also known as Comrade.
Comrade Doggo.
He keeps inviting me to play CSGO, and I'm like, Doggo, no, I don't have that. And he's
Doggo.
like, oh, yeah.
He's also in the Discord and a blast. He usually hangs in the meme zone.
So, Doggo, no.
Doggo!
No. No.
And
Oh,
well,
that was a hiccup.
yes, and Chris's camera froze, so I think we'll have to end it there. It's a very it's just like a dun dun Doggo. Perfect ending.
That's beautiful.
That's a great.
Can somebody screenshot that and just do like an Doggo? You're all very talented people in chat. I know you are. There he goes.
There
All
he's
right.
done.
So we are going to raid somebody. Reese's cast. Reese's cast is live right now. So I want all of you to go into his stream, give him tons of love. Tell him it's from Tigwhippies because, we like Reese's.
But yeah, we're going to say goodbye for this week. Hope you all have a good, fun E3. If you're going, even better, you lucky buggers. If you're not, and you're just watching the press conferences and then just checking out some of the games during the week, again, have fun. It's our Christmas. Come back with us here next week. Tell us what you liked, tell us what you didn't like, because that's pretty much what we'll be doing and going through some of the games. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us. It's been fun as always.
Go to Regis now. We love you. I love you. But go to Regis.
Good night, world.
Good night.